The UK is currently home to over 100 theme parks and amusement parks. Soon, it could be home to one more. Universal Studios has recently announced that they're considering building a brand new, large-scale theme park here in the UK, dubbed Universal Studios Great Britain. Universal Studios is known globally for its collection of destination theme parks. Most would probably be familiar with their Orlando resort, home to two theme parks, Universal Studios Florida and Universal Islands of Adventure, a water park, Volcano Bay, and a whole host of other entertainment and hotels. Unlike the UK's current theme parks, which are visited nearly exclusively by UK residents, Universal parks are global destinations, attracting guests from all around the world. The proposed park will be larger than its UK counterparts, featuring cutting-edge amusement technology and a whole host of rides themed to big franchises, like Jurassic World. With more money, resources, and intellectual properties than the competition, what does this mean for the UK theme park scene? Can our small island even sustain a global destination resort? Will our current theme parks just die off? And most importantly, why build a brand new theme park now? To answer all this, we need to know the who, where, what, when, and whys. Who are Universal Studios? They're one of the world's largest operators of theme parks. The company currently has 5 theme park clusters across the globe: Hollywood and Orlando in the United States, then there's one in Japan, another in Singapore, and the newest in Beijing, China. In 2022, approximately 50 million people visited Universal theme parks, a figure which is only set to grow in the future. Where will Universal Studios Great Britain be built? Universal is considering a theme park in Bedford, England, roughly a 45-minute train ride north of central London. Interestingly, the company has already purchased 480 acres of land. Why Bedford? Its prime location and strong transportation links. Half of the UK's 67 million population live within 2 hours of the proposed theme park site. It's also easily accessible. Major road networks could easily bring people directly to the park's doorstep, and the site is also flanked by 2 separate railway lines. The first is Thameslink, which connects London with its surrounding areas. This includes a direct train service from St Pancras International for international connections to Luton, one of London's many airports, and finally stopping at Bedford itself. Potential visitors could fly into Luton and access the park in less than 30 minutes via train. Alternatively, UK residents will also be able to access the park via the new East-West Rail Line, linking Oxford to Cambridge via Bedford. Needless to say, Bedford seems to be the right place at the right time. What will Universal Studios Great Britain be like? Well, we're not quite sure. Universal are adamant they're in the very early stages of exploring a potential park, which essentially means nothing is set in stone. That hasn't stopped people from making their predictions, however. Orlando Park Stop, the theme park news site that first broke the news, has gained a reputation for being accurate when it comes to Universal rumors. They say that the site will most likely feature a fully fledged Universal Studios theme park. There's certainly enough land for it. Just one half of the site can house Universal's Islands of Adventure, or even the brand new park in Beijing, for example. The proposed location, and even Universal's other parks, dwarf existing UK theme parks like Thorpe Park by comparison. Universal resorts often feature more than just theme parks, such as a shopping and entertainment district known as City Walk and space for hotels. The Bedford site is large enough to create a full Universal resort, eventually including perhaps 2 distinct theme parks. What about the theme park itself though? Well, Universal theme parks cater to all audiences. They feature everything from huge roller coasters like the Incredible Hulk and Velocicoaster to immersive dark rides like the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man and Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, and pretty much everything in between. At Universal's newest theme park in Beijing, additional emphasis was placed on building indoor attractions due to the city's climate. We could see a similar approach being taken at Universal Studios Great Britain to counter the typical rainy weather. All Universal theme parks make use of Universal's long list of intellectual properties, or IPs, Jurassic World, Super Nintendo World, and Harry Potter, just to name a few. We'd see some of these big-name franchises appear in the UK too. However, Orlando Park Stop has heard the rumour that the UK park wouldn't feature any of the rides already available at Universal's Orlando Resort. In 2019, 1 million UK residents flew across the ocean to visit Orlando's collection of theme parks. We can assume by placing new experiences at Universal Studios Great Britain, Universal might hope to not reduce that figure. This could also benefit the Great Britain resort, where US locals visit the UK park to experience the different rides. If Orlando attractions are off the table, what can we expect instead? At Universal Beijing Resort, emphasis was placed on using themes and IPs that were closer aligned to Chinese culture. A similar process would likely happen in the UK. Universal could seek the theme park rights to UK-based IPs, such as James Bond or Doctor Who for example. Orlando Park Stop also noted that reports have claimed Universal already have the theme park rights to Lord of the Rings, a franchise based on the novel written by English author J.R.R. Tolkien. So, with all of that in mind, when will Universal Studios Great Britain open? Again, we're not really sure. Universal claims it'll be many months before they're ready to decide to proceed. However, with the large number of formal steps required to construct something of this size, an opening date somewhere around 2030 may be quite realistic. We've seen potential Universal theme parks in the news before, however. Universal Korea and Dubai were both announced in 2007 but never built. With theme parks, until it's open, it might not happen. All of this, however, doesn't answer the big question. Why build a new Universal Studios theme park now? Universal has recently hit its stride with theme parks. In the third quarter of 2023, Universal's parent company, Comcast, reported the highest theme park earnings in its corporate history. New experiences, such as the debut of Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Hollywood and Japan, have driven visitor growth. As a result, Universal is doubling down on the theme park business. They opened their Beijing resort in 2021, while Universal's third Orlando theme park, Epic Universe, is scheduled to debut in 2025. The Universal Kids Resort is set to open in Frisco, Texas in 2026, and there's also a new Universal Horror Unleashed experience coming to Las Vegas too. Universal is looking for other opportunities to grow. They own theme parks in North America and Asia, but not Europe. Unfortunately for Universal, Disneyland Paris sits in a key strategic location to serve the mainland European population. An alternative? The UK. London remains one of the most visited cities in the world, hosting 16 million international visitors in 2022. Demand for theme parks in the UK is also strong. 1/5 of Europe's busiest parks can be found in the UK, but none of these are major world-class resorts. That begs the question, can the UK sustain a large destination theme park? Only a handful of locations around the globe are currently home to destination theme parks. Is the UK big enough for a Universal park? Well, Universal themselves seem to think so. However, the park wouldn't be without its competition. Disneyland Paris remains Europe's most popular theme park destination, attracting 15 million visitors annually. Approximately 22 million people live within 200 kilometers of Disneyland Paris, roughly a 2 to 3 hour drive. Comparatively, 46 million live within 200 kilometers of Universal's Bedford site, giving it access to over double the potential nearby guests. However, Disneyland Paris benefits greatly from its proximity to neighboring European countries like Germany, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Many European residents can easily travel to Disney's park either via train or car, crossing borders with ease. It'll be much harder for these same residents to visit Universal Studios Great Britain, as they'll require a passport to enter the UK, as well as a method to cross the English Channel. What Universal's proposed UK theme park may benefit from is less competition. Mainland Europe is crammed full of theme parks. Europe's busiest theme park, Disneyland Park at Disneyland Paris, lies 5 hours away from Europe's second and third busiest parks, the Efteling and Europa Park respectively. The Efteling sits within the Netherlands, while Europa Park is in southwest Germany. These parks don't compete for residents surrounding Disneyland Paris, but those that would travel further to experience the park. Despite the competition, both the Efteling and Europa Park attract over 5 million visitors annually. Furthermore, a similar number of residents live within 200 kilometers of the Efteling compared to Universal's Bedford site. Essentially, if Disneyland Paris, the Efteling, and Europa Park can all attract millions of guests, there's no reason Universal Studios Great Britain couldn't either. So, if it all actually does go ahead, what will happen to existing UK theme parks? The idea of a brand new large-scale theme park coming to the UK can't be good news for most existing UK parks, right? Well, unlike mainland Europe, the UK amusement scene is dominated by one company, Merlin Entertainments. They own 4 of the UK's largest theme parks, including Alton Towers, Legoland Windsor, Thorpe Park, and Chessington World of Adventures. Merlin has a monopoly on the theme park game in the UK. Other family-owned theme parks do compete, but Merlin doesn't try very hard to stay afloat. Naturally, with the proposed Universal Studios Great Britain, that will likely change. 3 of Merlin's theme parks lie west of London, just over an hour from the proposed Universal Park. They'll all be competing for visitors from the Greater London region. However, these 3 parks are close to each other, so you'd think they already compete for the same visitors. In reality, they coexist. Each park caters to a very specific audience. Legoland Windsor serves families with young children. Chessington aims for families in general, with small rides for young children and more thrilling attractions for older ones. Thorpe Park caters for families with older children and thrill seekers in general, thanks to its vast collection of roller coasters. Each park has its niche and captures different audiences. This will allow them to thrive even if Universal Studios Great Britain does open. Universal's park will appeal to everyone. It'll feature some rides for young guests, but not as many as Legoland does. Universal Studios Beijing features just 1 thrilling roller coaster. Thorpe Park is about to open its 6th. That's not to say Merlin won't have to compete at all. If they invest in new experiences and remind guests that they're better placed to serve their niche, they could coexist in relative peace. Merlin's largest UK theme park, Alton Towers, may suffer more. Unlike the other 3, Alton Towers attracts all types of guests. The park has large roller coasters, family rides, and a whole area designated for young children. It's also home to a water park, several hotels, and various other accommodation options. Alton Towers is trying its best to be a resort, something the proposed Universal Park will likely do better. It'll have to remain competitive, offering guests a different experience to Universal for perhaps a smaller price tag. Fortunately, Alton Towers' charm, thanks to the towers themselves and its huge gardens, is something a new theme park could never replicate. We've seen similar things happen in mainland Europe before. Parc Asterix is just a 45-minute drive from Disneyland Paris. It opened in 1989, 2 years before Disney's park. When Disneyland Paris opened, attendance at Parc Asterix quickly plummeted by 30%. However, after some investment, figures rose above pre-Disney levels just 2 years later. Today, despite its proximity to Disneyland Paris, the park attracts close to 3 million visitors annually. Merlin Entertainments is no small company, however. In 2022, Merlin generated nearly double the revenue of the US theme park giant Six Flags. Like Six Flags, Merlin benefits from its vast portfolio of theme parks and other attractions instead within the UK. They offer a Merlin annual pass starting from £99, giving you access to 29 attractions, including the 4 theme parks. This is already good value for money and something they could leverage more if Universal's park does open. What's more worthwhile, one visit to Universal Studios Great Britain or a Merlin annual pass with unlimited access to their attractions? What about the smaller theme parks across the UK? How will they cope? Most smaller parks aren't located near Universal's Bedford site and cater near exclusively to their local audience. Blackpool Pleasure Beach gains visitors from the northwest, a nearly 4-hour drive from Bedford. Oakwood attracts guests from South Wales, and Flamingoland, the northeast. The idea of Universal Studios Great Britain is an exciting development for the UK theme park scene. While competition would inevitably increase, the overall theme park landscape could become more diverse, benefiting both theme park goers and the industry as a whole. If UK theme parks adapt to focus on their unique strengths and niche markets, Universal Studios Great Britain could coexist with them in relative peace. Thank you for watching, consider subscribing if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time.